artists! We are about to learn about the Cray-Pen. The Cray-Pen is a really fun tool that you guys are going to be able to use. This is actually the Cray-Pen station. It really is a mini station. So some of the supplies for Cray-Pen you are going to find over at our mini station. And that would be right here. We have full drawers of the many different colors that you might want to use with a Cray-Pen. Cray-Pen is essentially, it's kind of like painting with melted crayon. All of these drawers come out, so be prepared. Even those real high ones, if you can't reach that brown or black or gray real good, you can just pull it out, get the colors that you need, and go ahead and put that right back. I've already collected quite a few things that I need for my Cray-Pen design, starting with my Cray-Pen paper. I usually use the Cray-Pen paper. It's actually labeled. Instead of like a really large paper, Cray-Pen takes a lot longer than you might think. So I have a bunch of very smaller papers and they're a little thicker as well, which is kind of nice. I've drawn out my design and of course made sure my name is on the back. My next job is to warm up my tools. Now these Cray-Pen tools are really great. They are already plugged in for you. You might want to double check to make sure that this button is on the green side. Red means off at the end of your class. You should always make sure that's off. I need to make sure it's on. In addition, each Cray-Pen has a little on and off button. I'm going to flip that and I'm just going to let that warm up there while we chat for a second longer. You can tell it's on because the red light is on. Another thing about the Cray-Pen is below the Cray-Pen station, you'll find a whole box of gloves. You must wear both gloves when using the Cray-Pen. It's just an additional safety feature. This station has a maximum of 4 people that can be here. So you want to make sure that, as people are moving here, you have your hands, it's a small space, make sure your hands are just protected from both your neighbors and you. If I hear you're not being safe, you will be removed from this station. Now, more about my Cray-Pen. There we go. Another thing I really like to have for this station, go get some paper towel because we're going to use that to clean our Cray-Pen. The Cray-Pen itself has this metal tip on it. And yes, it can be screwed on and off, so sometimes it loosens. I'm happy to tighten that for you. We always want to start with a clean tip. You can see there's kind of like a little hole. Barely see, let's see. There we go. There's a little hole in that tip. And that hole is what's going to kind of soak up the melted crayon. And that's what we're really painting with. We want to make sure that's clean. So as this starts to warm up, if I kind of dot it on my paper towel, you can see that wax comes out. I'm going to be using some light colors for my heart. I certainly don't want to have those black dirty colors from the pen from whoever used it last. And I also wipe the edges of it. Okay? Now I'm going to let that continue to warm for another second. These pieces, these wood pieces can be moved so they're a little bit more like this. And everybody kind of has their own little spot. Right? And here's my work. Now, of course, I'm not wearing gloves. Mrs. Bernie. But, come on, guys. Artists. I'm kind of old, and none of those little tiny gloves fit me. All right, so actually using the Cray-Pen. You can put your crayons down. You can hold them. Whatever you're most comfortable with. This should be warm enough. Let's just take a look. One of the things that I want to do is I just want to very gently let the wax melt or melt that wax. You don't have to push. Then what you're going to do is you're going to carry that wax to your design and get a little bit more. I know it kind of seems, oh, there's a little bit of that, a little dirty's coming out. I guess the wing is going to be a little gray. What do you think? Fine, fine. Sometimes you kind of have to just go with what happens. But it's actually kind of cool because you can see how right on my paper, let's see if you can see it even a little closer here. Doing my best. Here we go. you can see how the melter will actually blend colors right on your paper for you. Isn't that cool? Like, that is just what I love about these Cray-Pens. They're just so fun to blend color, mix two colors together. Knowingly, sometimes I would call this one a happy accident because it looks cool. You can kind of see some texture in there. Don't kid yourself. This takes a while. So when I actually kind of look back at my design, so I'm going to back up a little bit here. My design is really quite simple. I have one main piece, and I'm going to actually maybe also do the car with my Cray-Pen. Maybe if I'm really, really into it, I'll do the tree line. But I might be done there. And then this background here and the ground, I might just watercolor. Then we're actually also doing a wax resist, which is really, really fun. So I hope you guys enjoy playing around with that Cray-Pen. Please do me the great favor when you're done with it. Make sure you clean it so the next person doesn't have to. And hopefully that dark coloring doesn't come out when you're trying to use it. And when you return it, remember to make sure you turn off the switch on the Cray-Pen itself, as well as the switch here. Have fun.